guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought we would make like a little ephemera holder. Well, I'm going to actually do it for my hidden paper clips because I want somewhere to store these so they don't, you know, I've got nowhere to really put them. So I'm making something to pop these in because obviously they hang this way, don't they? And also you could probably put other bits of ephemera in it as well. Now I haven't made one yet, but I've sort of like got things ready and I've got a sort of idea in my head. I've got 2 pieces of chipboard. Now I've already painted around the outside with just a little bit of gesso, just to, because I'm not going to cover these bits up. So I just, you know, make them look a little bit more pretty. So these are 6 by 6. Slightly off, that's why I've put an arrow that way, because when I cut it I think I just cut a little bit the wrong way, a little bit smaller one way, but they are roughly 6 by 6, which is what's 6 inches. It is about 15.5 centimeters, and then we've got a 1 inch spine, which is what, 2.5 centimeters. So basically we're making just like a little book cover like that, but we need like a little spine in the middle. Make sure my arrow is going the right way. So it's just going to be like that, quite simple. Now I'm using this paper because this is the one that I don't have anything printed on the back, so this is going to be the cover. I've got this, I just adore this paper at the moment, and it's just my favourite, and I've got lots of bits in here, but nothing, I need 2 the same, but I don't have 2 the same, so I'm going to be using this. And then I've cut myself 8 pieces of, this is 200 GSM paper, so you want cards. If you can get cards, then that's really good. And these were, what did I cut these? I forgot now. They were 5 3/4 inches, or what's that, 14.5 centimeters by 2 inches, or 5 centimeters. So I've got 8 of those because they're going to be used as the little sort of the little bits that hold on the paper clips. Now I think I'm going to make these. I'll do that. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll do that in a minute. Let's just get this bit done. So, let me just put this on there so I don't lose them all. Clip that on. Pop those to the side for a second. Now I'm just going to make it like a little book. So nice and simple. This is some lovely packing tape. All of this is really is packing tape, but if you're going to get some, I'll link some in the description anyway. Get some which is not the plasticky shiny. Try and get the paper one because you can glue over it and paint over it. It's so much, you know, easier to use, and it's pretty inexpensive compared to lots of other tapes. So I'm just gonna snip this little bit. So make sure my arrows are going the right way. I'm going to put that on like that. Turn that over. And then just pop this down. Have I got another piece? Oh, I did have, oh, I can use another one of these because I'm just put a little bit in there like that, and then slot that in. And then you've got the right sort of gap in there. Turn this over again, pop another little bit of tape on there. I don't want it to fold over the end. I wanted to keep it nice and sort of pretty neat and tidy. We're going to cover it up anyway, but I don't want the tape folding over the end because I want this to show, because it's going to go in and out on my shelf, and I didn't want it to be, when you fold it over, you tend to get the thicker corners when you wrap your paper around, and I don't want that. Oh, so we've got to have this way around. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing myself. There we go. Let's pop this back in here. Pop that there, then it gives you a really nice size, or the right gap, I mean, in between. Pull that out. So you've got the correct gap. So whatever size paper you're using or card, if you get another piece and use that in between, it gives you a nice gap where they will fold properly like that. You see, so super simple. Now I just want to put a little bit more over on this side. So this really should cover both now. Like that. Where's my little... Get something to just go down through like that. And stick that down. And this side. Just push that down. And what I normally do is sort of wiggle it like that. Okay, and then that gives you a nice sort of, it sticks sort of properly then, if you know what I mean. Got a nice little wobble in there. Make sure they're stuck down. Okie dokie. So, next thing, I'm going to just cover the front and the back. So, it doesn't really matter how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to turn it over like this. And just draw around it. I'm going to put, you don't have to go right up to the edge here. I'm going to go quite far because we're going to put a little bit of a spine thing on there. So just get a pencil and draw around it. That's all I am going to do. This is why you need 2 pieces of paper, because this is 6 inches and these aren't quite big enough. So I'm going to cut it with my little cutter to make it easier. Or to give me a straight line, really. Let's put that up. And there. Shut that down. Oopsie daisy. Shut that down. So this will just stick on there like that. Like so. A little edge, that should fit, and then we've got this bit to put a little bit of fabric in. Actually, I need to measure my fabric, don't I? I've got a little piece here that was at spare from another bit. This is just some calico, but obviously I need to, I think I've cut that too small, guys, or I'm going to have to get a bigger piece of calico, I think. Yes, I'm going to have to cut another piece, that's okay. See, this is where I make it up as I go along and don't really think about it enough. So I just need another one of these. Another one of these. I'm going to stick this one on first because I know it's this side, like that. Or should I have that at the edge? It's quite nice at the edge, isn't it? Then, because this is going to be covered up. So I'm going to pop that on the back. And I'm going to glue it down right now. Let's just get some glue. It's quite simple. This is very simple. I didn't want anything too complicated. So basically just make like a book cover and then, you know, cover it with paper or fabric. You can cover it with fabric on the outside if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Where's my little card? Just going to take this. Just spread this over just a little bit so we don't have too many lumps and bumps of glue on there. Pop this against the edge. Now you can, if you wanted to wrap it around the sides, you can go ahead and do it, but I didn't really want to. Like I said, I didn't want that thick bit on the inside. Now my sewing machine will go through, it will sew through this, so I'm really quite tempted, not in this video, I don't think I will, but I'll be quite tempted to sew around this as well. Can you see, that looks really nice, doesn't it? So that's the back, and then this will be the front, so I can put that on there. So let's just turn this. I'm gonna have, I did that the wrong way around, didn't I? wonder if that will fit. I don't think it will it? Will this fit on there? That will fit on there. That will fit on there, because I'm going to make that list a little bit in, aren't we? So that's fabulous. Okay, I really didn't think it would fit, but it does. Let's just go along there. Put that in. I need that other bit as well, I think, for the inner spine bit. Let's just slice that down. Turn this over. So this is going to be the front. Like that. Did I cut that properly? I think I did. I don't know, I just absolutely adore this paper. I think it's so pretty. It's very, very shabby, isn't it? So a little bit of glue wiggled around. Again, I'm just using my tacky glue, which is fabulous, my favourite glue. A lot of the tacky glues are pretty, you know, pretty the same, but I think I just like that one because of the bottle. It's just so easy to use. Let's put this down like that. Lovely. Make sure we don't have any little bubbles hiding in there. There we go. So that is the outside. Just beautiful, isn't it? The inside is going to be really quite simple. And I'm just wondering whether these will be enough in there. I don't think so. Right, I'm going to need this piece. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut a piece just for the inside spine. So I think if that's an inch, maybe 2 inches, it doesn't really matter. I think I'll probably go maybe 2 inches, just slightly over. Oh, and then I need to do 6 inches, don't I? Or is this way slightly smaller? No, that's perfect. Perfect. There we go. Let's put those there. So then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stick this in the middle for this little spine. So a little bit of glue on there. Like that. Just spread that along. I'm only going to put it on the middle bit for now, and then I will put glue on the other bit in a minute, because I want this to stick down first properly, like that. Oopsie daisy. Let's just make sure that's stuck nicely, and then we want to just go into the little grooves, wherever the little groove is. Should be able to feel it. There we go. Just push that down. If you stick the whole thing down together, it sort of like tends to buckle a bit more. So if you just glue in the middle bit first, I can feel that little. There we go. That goes down, and just sort of make it go into this little hole. Take your time doing it, because then that means it doesn't sort of like wrinkle up, and we don't want wrinkly bits in here, do we? Okay, that just should be done. And we will take a little bit of glue, just stick it on here. Stick it down and let it sort of like flick up a bit. then do this side, stick that down. Oh, this one's nearly empty. Oh, I'm going to get my new one. This is the new one. Do I need to, does it have a little thingy on it? Yes, it does. Sorry guys, I should have done this first, shouldn't I? Didn't think it would quite run out then. No. Okay. Lovely. Push those up. So this is where we just need to leave this to dry for a minute. So we will turn this over and put the little spiny bit on there. Is that okay? Lovely. Right, now this is not going to fit because no, that's not going to fit. Just a little itty bitty too small. So let's take our elastic band off. Do I have another spare bit in here? No, not really. Is that wide enough? Oh, look at that. That's perfect. So it needs to sort of come here. I'm going to just eyeball that. Pull that down. We'll have a little thicker spine on this one. Lovely. You can do that with paper as well. You don't have to have a fabricy spine, but I do like the little fabricy spine bit. Let's roll this back up on our little, make it nice and tidy. Pop our little elastic band back on again. I remembered to get some of these elastic bands again when I was out. Oh, let's take these bits off. So I've got another supply. Oh, here we are. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this gluey one out of the way. Oh look, I made a little pot. I made a little round pot. This is out of the chipboard as well. So I will show you how to do that one day. I was just having a little play. One of my little Lost Mojo makes, well, it's not a Lost Mojo make because I haven't done it on a video, but I made it when I came into my craft room the other day. Having a little play. Now I'm going to use fabric glue on this one because this is the outside spine. So while the inside spiny bit is, what did to do with that? Outside one is drying, or the inside one. Just going to do this one like that. Put this on. Let's make sure I'm in the middle. That down. Again, we need to find this bit. Just like that. And then this can dry while we do the inside. There we go. I'm not going to put any embellishments on the outside for now, because I might make a few of these. And I would like them to sort of like butt up against each other on the shelf, just so I can have little embellishment bits in there. Okay. Turn this round. You can just use any fabric glue. You might have a nice favourite one that you've got. It's just pop that on there. This is a little bit bigger. to do that. I'm just going to bend it just a little bit. Like that. Can you see it pops up? We don't want that. We want these to lie nice and flat. Like that. So we shall leave that to dry. And which is the front? So we mustn't do this upside down. That's the front, so we're this way. So how is this sticking down? Lovely. Okay, next bit. The next bit, let me put these bits away so we don't get sticky fingers. I need that glue. So the next bit I would like to do is just put these bits on. So I've done 4 for each side, and I'm just thinking like this. I've just done it slightly smaller, so they're not quite 6 inches. They were 5 3/4, weren't they, I think. So I'm just thinking of putting them like this, like that, and then just have a little bit of this paper showing at the top. There's no point in me covering the whole thing because it's just a waste of paper, because you're not going to see it. So if I cut, I don't want to really, but these go like that. So I could probably do it the same as this. So that would be 5 3/4, wouldn't it? So I'm going to pop a little mark there. Take that off. Put those 4. Let's just cut this down. I'm going to have to do some collagey thing soon because I've got a few scrappy bits of this paper that I would like to use up. Right. See, that doesn't quite fit. So if I've got 4 of these, if I have that down to about, let's eyeball it, that's down to about there, which is how long? 3 inches, if that. 3 inches is fine, doesn't matter this. So I'm going to cut the top pieces 3 inches each, like that. That can go over there, that can go over there. So let's see, that can stick on there like that. Oops. And then, yeah, there's plenty of room. I'm going to just quickly ink a little bit. Wow, guys, this is very, very quick to do, isn't it? This is like seriously quick. You could make a couple of these in no time. Oh, I don't need to ink that bit. Put that down. I didn't want to make it any bigger because I just wanted to have like a few embellishments, so you could make them in different styles. So this could be a shabby one, and then you could make your vintage one for your vintage ones, and then eclectic-y, randomy ones for another one, and different styles. You could have paper clips in one, you could have little ephemera bits in another one. You know, it's all sorts. I'm making them, I think, I'll put them in as pockets. I was thinking about just putting in like strips to put the paper clips on, but we need them to sort of double up as other things as well, don't we? Really. Put that on there. You know, double up as so you can put other ephemera bits on there. Just hold this up. Let's pull that in. Don't want glue on that bit. Okay. That's all nicely done. Look at that, it's not bad. That could do with just a trimming off actually. Probably have to do that with a little Stanley knife or something. Loving that. Let's do this one. Oopsie daisy. A bit of glue. Ooh, this is a nice one. Nice and fresh. Let's take this. There we go. That one. Let's lift this up so I can see. Whoops. Without getting my big head in the way. Just line that up. There we go. Lovely. Don't think I've got enough glue just on this little bit. This is what I hate. I hate it when it all oozes out because it just makes everywhere really sticky. And I just don't like using wet wipes or anything like that on my paper because it takes the colour out. I can use it on my fingers. I'm going to just take that off because I've got glue on my little awl there. Okay, so far so good, guys. So far so good. Right. Oh, I need that. Oh, why am I doing it the right way around? Silly Billy. So my idea was to put them this way, like that, and like that, and like that. So I can make them into pockets, then it can double up, or let's just see if this works first. Pop them in so they hang down. And because we've got a spine, you can have the same, and when it closes up, it's not going to, you know, squash each other, is it? I've got quite a big one here. So, oh, that could probably go on the top like that. And then, just what I mean, they can still go. You've got lots of room to put these in. I think that will work. And the other thing I was thinking, I don't know whether it would work with this way, but if you had them a little bit longer, if you could make another one, you could do it. Let's put, it'd have to be in this way a little bit, wouldn't it? Like that. And then you could hang things. So if you had paper clips that had the things coming down this way, if you know what I mean, this bit just goes on. You can have them dingling dangling anyway. Oh yes, you can do that. It does work. Let's put those there. Right, how far up shall we go? Like that. Okay, I'm just going to stick this one on first. I inked around it a little bit. Now I'm using just plain card because I would like to see the embellishments. I don't want to see the embellishments on flowery paper and stuff like that because I want to see what they're like, if you know what I mean. How far up shall I go? There. And then if it's on this plain cardstock, coffee stained, we can actually see the design, can't we? That's what I was thinking. But again, use coloured paper. You can use anything. You could use coloured cardstock. But I'm quite liking it just plain like this. Make sure these are stuck down. Put that on. How far do we need them to be apart? So that one can come up. I wanted to get it as even as possible, but without having to measure it. There we go. And a bit of glue. There we go. Let's just eyeball it. You can go right there. Does that look straight? Can you see it? Is it straight? Yeah. This one, it's about right, isn't it? I'll bring this one down a little bit. I need to ink the bottom of this before I forget. There we go. Because that's the bottom one. A little bit of ink on there. Dots of glue. You can use, if you prefer double-sided tape, use double-sided tape. I tend not to use double-sided tape on projects like this because I think I would get through quite a bit of it, whereas glue is not so bad, is it? It depends, I suppose, what projects you're doing. There we go. And then this one. This one could have probably come down just a little diddly bit, but that's okay. Actually, one of them I might do some like collage papers, use up some of my papers and just collage the front. And make another one. Do you know what I mean now by not having the corners folded over? Because I think it would just make it a little bit too thick to add these pockets in the corners. I think it might sort of, I know, just distort it just a little bit. But let's have a little peek. Look at that. I need to wait. I should really wait till the glue's dry, but I'm so impatient. Look at that. I think that looks fabulous, doesn't it? Do you think that's dry at the back? There we go. Do you know what I mean? So then we've got lots of room in between. You've got an inch in there. So you've got lots of room to put little dingly danglies either side. I am loving this. You don't really need anything over these, because these bits, do you see what I mean? If they're plain, you can actually see what you've got in there. So let's just get this side done. This side should be, oh look, I've inked to the bottom of that one, so these could probably go up. Should be a little bit easier because we can line them up with this, can't we? A little bit of glue. Did you make anything exciting over the weekend? Craft-wise, did you have a go at the Friday freebie? It was just so pretty, wasn't it? It was really, really lovely. There we go. Nice little weekend make. Oops. Let's go this way. So guys, I hope you did make it. So pretty. Just, I think that's level. Don't have to pull it too tight. You need a tiny little bit. With this card, it doesn't lay flat because it's been coffee stained. It's got a little bit of sort of like distorted and sort of like misshapen, but which is perfect. So that means that you can sort of like get your paper clips and bits inside with not too much trouble. I'm just absolutely loving all of this chipboard. I'm a bit sort of addicted to making things with chipboard at the moment, but if you don't have chipboard, use packaging, use Amazon packaging, use cardboard, recycle. If your cardboard's too thin, sort of like stick a few sort of like layers on top of each other, and then pop it under a couple of books or something to lay flat. And make sure it's stuck together. And if you sew, you can then sew it together around the outside. so you know it's not going to come apart. So a good bit of recycling, which I'm not at the moment, but I do love this chipboard. So yeah, I don't even think you would know. If you make them sort of like pretty well, people would have thought you would have bought them anyway. All your little boxes, if you've been making boxes along with me. Okay, let's pop this end one on. There we go. Perfect. Try not to get glue everywhere. But do you know what I mean? Because it's so basic, you could just sew around this bit and then these would stay on a little bit better, which I might actually do. I probably will do now looking at it. Just so that they don't rip. You're putting your sort of like paper clips and stuff in between all the time. But do you see what I mean about this edging bit? Now again, you can do it however you like, but this is just sort of like an idea. Look at that. This just needs to go in there a little bit. Oh, love it. Right, let's get all these. Now I have got, I think, 9 or 10 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 of them. Okay, and that was just, I just put it on an old envelope just to keep them safe. Right, should we put the big one in the top? Do you know what I mean? So that can slide down in there. You've got this one to go there. This one in there. Tell you what, you could fit quite a few of them in here. Do you know what I mean? And this pocket, do you know what I mean? Don't forget, you don't have to just have 2. They can slide in this one like that, so they can be all nudged up. That's why we got the nice big spine on there. Pop that in there. Tuck it under that pocket. This one can go in there. Oh my gosh, I can fit loads in here. Lots and lots. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Oh, I really, really love it. And look, so that's closed. So you can see inside, can't you? Oh, I think they're fabulous. So the reason I did sort of like the pockety bits and not just the lines, because, let me just grab some bits here. Okay, so I've got some ephemera here. So all of these little ones, look, these can all just sit in here. If you want a little ephemera holder, that's quite a big one. So that can go in there. Top one would probably have to have smaller ones, just unless you wanted them sticking out the top. But oh, I think they're fabulous. Look at that. So you can have little ephemera pockets, you can have little dingly danglies, you can have your paper clips, you can mix and match, so you can have a paper clip over here like that. Keep them safe. That will go in, that will just slide into my shelf. You could make a little thing on here like we did on the Friday freebie, which said embellishments, or you could have shabby paper clips, or, you know, handwritten on a little thing, which would be quite nice, wouldn't it? But very, very simple, very, very basic, but really, really lovely. Now, I think I'm going to make another one, not right this minute, but I'll make another one, and I think I'll have the bits going down. I'm going to take these out because I want this for embellishments, not journal cards, but I'm just saying you can have your journal cards in there if you need to. You don't have to have a bigger spine. Has bigger spine if you're just going to have it as an ephemera holder. Look at that. I just think that's so lovely. Really, really lovely. Super. So there we go, guys. Really, really simple. Now this, again, if you wanted to, you know, you can wrap your paper around the outside, but you really don't need to, because this is just going to go in on my shelf like that in front of me. I might pop it into my little Calyx unit, make a few of these. So they were 6x6, and 6x6, what's that, 15.5, isn't it? Is that 15.5? About 15 centimeters, or 15 by 15, or 6.5 by 6x6, I mean, inches, and a 1 inch spine, or 2.5 centimeter spine, and that's it. That's all you need to know. Pop a little thing on the outside. You can embellish the outside, can do what you like. I'm not going to pop a closure on it either, because I don't want to have to keep fiddling and opening a closure when I want to get one of these. I'm just going to put them on my shelf as is. But love it. So there we go. Nice, simple one. Nice, quick and easy. We like quick and easy for the beginning of the week, don't we? And just fabulous. Looking fabulous. So there we are, guys. Well, take care. Stay safe. I think I might make another one quickly before I go downstairs. So have a lovely, lovely rest of the day. Please take care. Stay safe. And I will see you guys soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.